Subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon to never miss an update from Endeavour Careers.
Hi, welcome to the discussion on how to prepare for CAT in last 1 month. Last 1 month is generally intense and slightly under pressure, primarily because of reason of your own expectation of after appearing for a lot of mocks. So by now you would have appeared for at least 8 to 10 mocks. Secondly, there will be a pressure of clearing the other exams as well. So a lot of students who are writing CAT 2018 will also be writing IFT, will also be writing NMAT probably, or you might have already appeared for NMAT once. And your performance in these exams or your anxiety about these exams will be adding pressure to your performance. Another element is for freshers, so students who are in their final year of graduation. They will be appearing for the semester end exams. Hence, there are multiple dimensions which is building a kind of a pressure, and in this situation it is very important for us to understand how to schedule or how to normalize our preparation and get the best out of ourselves. Let us look at various steps. The first step is to consolidate your performance, and within that the first thing that you should do is prepare a performance chart and identify the areas or the set of questions where you are performing consistently. That means you are getting 100% accuracy. Please remember, it is the consistency that is going to reward you on the day of CAT. Second thing that you should do in consolidating your performance is to identify the areas of improvement. You still have a chance, so you will have to have a consolidated list where you think you can still improve, and try to identify whether you will be able to actually improve on the same in last 1 month or not. And in case you find out that there are a couple of areas where you will not be able to rework, please do not get disheartened. There is always another area where there is a possibility to score. So focus on that rather than focusing or trying to regret on what you are missing out. Third part in understanding your performance is to identify your strengths and weaknesses. Now this cannot be on the base of the perception that you believe or that you feel that you are good with so and so areas and you are not good with so and so areas. This has to be done with the help of using the technology. In your Endeavour portal, you will have all the facilities to analyze and understand where exactly you are going wrong, what are the areas where you are getting 100% accuracy, what is the amount of time that you are spending on which type of question. So please ensure that you explore all these tools and consolidate your strengths and your weaknesses, and then take a decision on the basis of that. And finally, to evaluate your performance, you need to have a list of silly mistakes, and you should also bifurcate silly mistakes versus conceptual mistakes. At this point of time, we cannot afford silly mistakes, and a lot of people assume that they will recover out of silly mistakes, they will not repeat them, primarily because they have sensitized themselves. But if you have not sensitized yourself to silly mistakes, if you are not reminding yourself about the mistakes that you have made, you are prone to repeat them in the next exam and probably in the actual exam as well. So please ensure that you are sensitizing yourself about silly mistakes that you have been doing or you recently did in the last mock. Step 2 is believing in yourself that you are still there, very much there in the race to CAT. If you stop believing in yourself, then it will be very difficult for you to overcome the areas where you need to improvise or to improvise your score in the last leap. It is very much possible to at least get one leap, one jump in your score. If you are working sincerely, there is a possibility that your scores may jump twice in this phase, that is last 1 month. But if you get hijacked by the negativity or the pressure that is surrounding you, in that case it will be impossible for you to recover. So first thing, at this stage you will have to start believing, and that is not something which is abstract in nature. If you start listing down your silly mistakes as we discussed in the previous step, and if you start working on just improvising your silly mistake, you will see that your scores are marginally improving. There is a possibility that you at this point of time you are stuck somewhere in your scores. Your scores are say maybe locked in a particular range, say maybe 90 to 95 percentile, and you are not able to identify how to take yourself outside this and how to break this ceiling and jump to 97, 99 percentile. In that case, the what is required to be done is to have a good quality discussion with your mentors. Please do not run after the quantity of questions or mocks to be practiced in this stage. Rather, analyze each mock, okay, analyze each section, analyze each question, and focus on the quality of your approach or the way in which you are solving a question, and get into good quality healthy discussion on where you are going wrong, what should have been your strategy, rather than just running after writing mocks. Additionally, in order to strengthen your belief, you will have to write at least 1 or 2 mocks of other exams which you will be appearing either in November or probably in December, something like NMIMS, NMAT, or maybe IIFT. Primarily because you are so much pressurized about CAT, your performance in CAT and in your mocks may not be up to your expectation, but the moment you write other exams, you will see that you are performing really well. So that will strengthen your belief in your own self, in your preparation, and that will help you improvise your performance in your mock and actual CAT as well. Step 3 is to watch out for the deadlines of all the institutes which are affiliated to CAT or all the other exams that you are looking out for. November will be a critical month to complete the application process because a lot of deadlines will be approaching now. You have to understand one thing, that in your entire journey of CAT preparation, you are expecting some rewards, and that rewards can be rationalized only when you are applying to multiple institutes into different zones of percentiles, and this can be done by classifying these institutes into aspirational, realistic, and backup. Now, at the end of the process, if you are not getting sufficient number of GDPI calls in your hand, you may feel slightly discontent, and in order to feel more satisfied, you need to have more calls in your hand. Eventually you might decide not to join that particular institute, but then having a call in your hand will at least give you a feeling that you have completed the cycle. So bifurcate the institutes in 3 categories: aspirational, realistic, and backup. If you are consistently improving, then your ratio of institutes in aspirational category should be higher. If your score is stable and locked and you are not looking at major improvement, you feel you are you're getting the best on the basis of your performance, then have higher ratio in realistic, and in case your scores are fluctuating, you keep a higher ratio of institutes in the backup category. Last step is to get your body clock in place. Now, CAT being very important exam, and as far as the test prep industry is concerned, currently in the MBA segment, it is the longest exam, that is 3 hours. So you will have to ensure that you are setting up your body in according to the expectations in CAT. In that 3 hours, you have to be highly motivated, you have to be positive, you have to be full on energy, and your concentration level has to be really high. And it is not going to happen directly on the day of CAT. You will have to prepare yourself accordingly. And it is not just 3 hours. You will have to prepare yourself for a 4-hour concentrated stretch, because you will be reporting at least an hour in advance. You will be going through a biometric test, you will be going through a demo, and then you will be writing the exam for 3 hours, and in the last 1 hour you will be writing cont. So people who get sometimes get tired, they have a fatigue, and because of that they are not able to get the best performance in the last section sometimes. So please ensure something like this should not happen to you. This is completely in your hand, and for that you will have to start working for right from day 1, that is at least 30 days in advance. And obviously the couple of exercises that you can do is write your mocks in the schedule that you have in the actual CAT slot that you have, or probably at least start getting up at least 2 to 3 hours before your CAT slot. So if your CAT slot is scheduled say in the morning 9 o'clock, at least make a habit of getting up at 6 o'clock, so that by 9 your body is fully active and have full energy. Next thing that you can do is understand the software or the tools available in the software of CAT. Now, by now the demo of actual CAT will be out by the CAT authority. So please ensure you have gone through that demo multiple times. You understand the utility of each tools, that is highlighting in the case of RCs, online calculators, mark for review facilities, reviewing the entire section facility. So this will help you in strategizing and improvising your approach on the day of exam. You have to be really well acquainted with all these tools. You cannot expect that on the last day you will click on the calculator and you know how to use that calculator. There is a possibility that you might make a silly error just because you are not into habit of using that facility. And one last thing, you will have to start believing that it is very much possible for you. In case the exam turns out to be tough, it will be tough for everyone. You just have to ensure that you end up giving your best on the day of exam. Wishing you all the best for CAT 2018. Do watch out this space for section wise preparation plan for CAT 2018.